We wanted to see how well we know each other.
Yes, and how well we would do answering questions or, remembering facts about each other.
Yeah.
So we asked our friend Jeff Bachman to come in and ask us a few questions and see how we do.
How many people did Stacy date before you, Matt?
I think Stacy dated 5 people. 5 people, I think 5 people.
4. Yeah, just 4.
How many people did Matt date before you, Stacy?
30? I don't know. A lot. A whole lot.
Best I can guess, high 30s-ish. I dated a lot in high school and college.
When was the first time you remember seeing Stacy?
The first time I remember seeing Stacy was, I was at home and I was getting ready to go out with some friends, and I came out of my bedroom. My roommate had some friends over, and I came out of my bedroom and looked downstairs from upstairs, and there were all these people there, and she was on the couch. And I was like, "Oh, hello." And I heard them as I was leaving saying that they were going to make brownies and watch Survivor, but that they didn't have any eggs. So I was driving to my friend's house, and halfway there I called my friend and said, "Sorry, I'm not coming." Stopped by my parents, grabbed some eggs, and then went back and we made brownies.
When do you remember the first time that you saw Matt was?
The first time I saw Matt was in his house. Like, I came to his doorstep, basically. I was in his house, watching Survivor with friends, and he came home. And that's when I saw him, and I looked really good. And I didn't look good. I had just come from the gym, so I looked terrible.
Tell me about your first date.
Matt picked me up in his black Denali.
This sounds horrible when I say it, but I thought, where would somebody like her want to go?
Went to, what's that place called? It's a sushi place.
This Japanese restaurant at the block called Koji's, which, thinking back, I'm like, how horribly stereotypical. But then we get there, and I didn't tell her we get there, and she's like, "This is my favorite restaurant."
And then we went bowling at Lucky Strike.
And I think we went bowling afterwards too at Lucky Strike.
And he let me win. He says he let me win, but I think I just won.
So did you guys just click right away?
We got along right away, but I've never dated anybody who communicated as differently from me as Stacy. So the first month was a lot of like trying to figure out if she even liked me.
Well, I liked him right away, but I don't know if he knew that I liked him. I think I wasn't like sending super clear signals.
My favorite part of that was like probably 2-3 weeks in, we were watching a movie at my house, and I put my arm around her.
So I knew I liked him, but he didn't know that, I think.
In my mind, you've got like 2 options. You either lean in if you're into it, or you lean away, and she literally just stayed perfectly still.
What was your favorite date you went on together?
I surprised her one year for her birthday. I just called her the night before and said, tomorrow morning I'm picking you up at 8, pack clothes to go somewhere for 3 days, and pack warm clothes. I didn't tell her where we were going or anything. I'd already asked for her to get the time off work. I had talked to her boss. I surprised her, and we got in the car and started driving, and she thought we were going up to the mountains, and I pulled off at the airport. We got on a plane and went to visit, to stay with my sister in New York for a couple of days.
My favorite date is this one time that Matt lied to me and told me that we were going to see, typical, told me we were going to see his friend Ian. I don't even know Ian, but he was in a band. And so we were driving to LA, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're in LA." And then all of a sudden we're pulling up to the Staples Center, and it was actually U2. So it turns out that Ian is not in U2. So he surprised me with going to a U2 concert. It's awesome.
So count in your head, how many times have you broken up?
Well, let's see.
Well, one can really never know. I think
In the first year, I think we broke up 3 times, and then there was one more after that.
5 times.
So I think 4 total. I think we broke up 4 times total. Yeah, 4 times.
A lot.
Okay, so then what took you so long to get to this point?
You know, it's kind of one of those things where it just took us a while. We both had a lot of growing up to do.
We just, I don't know. We just took a long time.
Do we regret the process or any of that? And of course we would have loved to figure those things out a little earlier.
But we eventually figured it out, so it was worth it. I wish it was faster, but whatever.
When people have asked, how long have you been together? What are some of the answers that you've given?
Oh, we got pretty good at this because it, got crazy at some point to try and tell people we get judged and whatever.
Well, so we started going from the last time that we broke up, and then sometimes I'd shave off a year or two just to make it less.
We would say things like, "Oh, it's been a while," or we would say, "Well, there's been a lot of on and offs, but this time it's been a few years."
I would just, subtract a few years. The first 3, specifically.
But rarely would we actually give a number. We would avoid the number at all costs. Or then there was a point though where we both just decided we're going to tell everybody 4 years, and it was not even this true.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Like, how long have you actually been together? Like, really?
Well, we met in February of 2004.
So that makes it
12 years. 12 years and 2 months. It's been a long time.
You didn't have this gray hair before.
But you gave it to me.
Well,
Thank you, Matt and Stacy. That was both entertaining and informative. We appreciate your answers. But now, as you've all been waiting for, we are on to Chapter 2, the main event. Hellas. That one wasn't amazing. So it's
actually,
yeah.
Jeff, we have a little something extra. I mean, it's not completely accurate.
Yeah, we've been calling this chapter 2 all day, but that's not really accurate.
No, we have a little secret that we've been keeping from you all.
Yeah. This isn't really chapter 2 of our little #FinallyBarnes story here. It's actually chapter 3.
Yeah. So we put together a video to show you what we mean.
Roll it.